Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 68, and today we are returning with two big games against Manchester City in the Champions League and the Premier League of our Tigers. Before we play those games, though, show you how I've been getting on off camera. So just the three games off camera then, after you saw the three in the last episode, which were the 1-1 draw away at the Bayer Arena against Leverkusen, the 3-1 victory over Bristol City at Ashton Gate in the FA Cup, and also the 3-0 victory over Watford at Vicarage Road. They were in the Premier League and the Champions League, and we started with a 3-1 victory at Anfield in the Premier League in what was a really great tactical display. Now, obviously in the last episode, you saw me get the tactics right, quite fortunately to do so in one of those games. We got the tactics right, and I did in this game as well. Started on counter, playing our 5-3-2. We soaked up pressure, we hit them on the break. Donnelly bagged the brace, and Ruggiero scored as well 3 minutes before half-time as we scored all of our goals in the first half. A fantastic first half display. We really were fantastic when going forward and so clinical as well. It really was awesome to see the tactics work out in that game. Isaac did score a consolation goal for Liverpool. We still got to win, and that was awesome to see. But the next game, I went from being a tactical genius to a tactical fraud. We faced City in the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals, and we lost by 3-0. We just got torn apart. I should say that really on the balance of play, it was quite an even game. The statistics will show you that we really were even in this match. Very well balanced. We matched City every step of the way, but the problem was we just couldn't defend. We just couldn't defend this game. Started on counter once again, hoping for the best like in the Liverpool game, but unfortunately, as I said, sometimes starting on counter just invites far too much pressure, and when you can't defend, you're always going to concede. So we conceded 3 goals in the first half, 2 of which coming from corners as well. It was an awful game, and again, we didn't play especially badly. It's just that we could not defend, and I certainly got it wrong in that game. I should not have started on counter. I should not have started 5 at the back. I should have gone 3-5-2. That's what we do at home. It was a bad decision from me, and it just goes to show you, for everything I get right, there's always about 5 or 6 things I get wrong. But still, we lost the first leg 3-0, so I think we're basically out today, and I don't feel we'll be going through to the semis. But the third and final game was a 2-0 victory over Norwich in the Premier League at home. Ruggiero scoring 28 minutes in to make it 1-0, and Donnelly scored 36 minutes in to make it 2-0, as we got the 3 points and responded quite nicely. Which means, as we take a look at the Premier League table with 5 games to go, we are still in third place, forever in third, but again, totally fine with that. We've already guaranteed a Europa League place, which is good, but of course, we're going for the top 4, and as things stand right now, it's looking highly likely. 5 games remaining, a plus 30 record in goal difference as well. We've got the second best defensive record in the league. Tells me slagging off the defending in the City game, but that was in the Champions League, not the Premier League. But yeah, we're in third place right now with 10 points clear of Chelsea and 10 points clear of City in 4th and 5th respectively as well. It's looking quite likely top 4 will happen, but let's not forget City do have a game in hand. If they win that, they'll cut the gap to 7 points, and it's certainly not over yet in the quest for a top 4 place. So the game against them today in the Premier League is bigger than the Champions League quarter-final second leg, I feel, because we're at the Champions League in my opinion, but in the Premier League, that is going to be a huge game in the race for a top 4 place. So yeah, that's why the second of the 2 games today is, in my opinion, much more important. And look at United's record, my goodness gracious me, unbeaten with 6 games to go, 90 points and only letting 16, scoring 89. Unreal, man. But anyway, the first game of today's episode is indeed against City in the Champions League quarter-final first leg, and since we are playing them in just a few days' time at the KCOM in the Premier League tonight, well, this is quite interesting, but I'm changing things up big time, going back to the 4-2-3-1, the old system. And yeah, this is an extremely weak lineup because I'm pretty confident we're going out, and I'm prioritising the City game. We can go out to the Champions League quarterfinals and the board is still happy because we've gone one step further than they asked us to. But miss out the top 4 and I'm in real trouble due to us changing the expectations pre-season. So this is the team for the game. These are the instructions. Do you remember these? Do you remember these? A long time ago now, isn't it? And this is the game. Now, and unfortunately, there's quite a few injuries to report as well. Obviously, saw Brian Reed get an injury at the back end of the last episode, which is a bit of a shame. He's out until about early May. Walker Peters also got an injury as well and is out for a couple of weeks. That's not too big of a deal for us. And of course, Josh Tyman's injured as well. He's in our under-23s, and Miguel is injured too. And Malona's just coming back from injury as well after the hernia he suffered a few weeks ago now. And there you go. So this is the team for the game. What a weak lineup, and hopefully we can just shock Manchester City tonight, I should say, and we'll get a win off of just the element of surprise and nothing else. So Vicari starts in goal. It's a back 4 of Torre playing left back, Rodriguez, Keane, and Becerra in midfield. Kante and Barkley. Further forward, Olivier, Bale and Lecco are our attacking midfield trio, and Berahino leads the line. On the bench, Raj, Sonogo, Huck, Balut, Derbali, Donnelly and Rogerio. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going out, so whatever happens, happens. Let's just find out. Come on, Hull City. I keep forgetting to take it off director. And the first highlight does come, unsurprisingly, to Manchester City with Christian Pulisic playing it back towards Reece Oxford. And now Keita gets on the ball with De Bruyne receiving it and playing it back towards his man. As number 6 finds the American, Pulisic on the ball, looking for space to come inside and possibly get a shot away from 20 yards. Comes inside and does shoot, and Vakari beats it away at his near post. Expecting to go out tonight. This is exactly why I've fielded such a weakened side, because they're expected to win tonight, and I'd much rather have a fully fit side for the weekend game. Still 0-0, but this could be a long old night. If we do score tonight, we give ourselves a slight chance, but away in Manchester against a side that are currently beginning to gather pace and get their form back, highly unlikely, but you never know, We'll have to wait and see what we can do as Ross Barkley's on the ball, and we'll need a teammate to give it to eventually, and he finds one in Gareth Bale. Bale through to side of Berahino. First chance could fall to us here. Berahino on the run, trying to find space, and can he cross? No, he shoots instead from a very tight angle, but fires it wide of the post. 26 minutes in, our first chance. Very half-hearted effort there from Sido with very little support. So second half gets underway. It's still 0-0, and I've got to say I'm surprised at how well we're doing to hold our own at the moment in this game. But I know for sure that I'm going to feel like an absolute moron if we end up losing this game 2 or 3-0, which is still quite possible, and then we lose on the weekend as well. You know, resting on my players for that weekend game and then losing that one too, that really will be bad for our morale and our run of form as well. But it's still 0-0 past the hour mark, and I've got to say, my backup brigade are doing enough for me to be pretty pleased. Well, I did not expect this. Final score is going to be Manchester City 0, Hull 0. And I got to say, even though the result does put us out of the Champions League, we knew we were going out tonight anyway, the fact we managed to get a goalless draw away at the Etihad Stadium with a very weak lineup, playing a system we've not played in about a year and a half, I've got to say that even though Salza says losing this tie should never have been an option, the players need to be told that, I'm actually satisfied enough with our performance in the second leg to hold our own and get a clean sheet. So calmly, I'm going to say, I'm not too concerned. We've relaxed all the boys and motivated them as well. Salza, you're way too critical, bruv. And I got to say, I'm surprised to be saying this, but even though we do go out tonight, we knew that was going to happen. That's not even that bad of a result. You know, we don't lose again, which means that our form doesn't, you know, look horrendous in recent weeks. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll take that. I'll genuinely take a goalless draw because we tired out a lot of their first team players, and we can now take them on the weekend, fully fit, refreshed, and confident as well. I'll certainly take that. I know that does seem like loser mentality, don't get me wrong. You know, saying that a 0-0 is not a bad result when we lose to tie 3-0. But again, you got to look at it like that. You know, we fielded a weakened side, played a system we haven't played in donkey's years, and we got a clean sheet. You know, that's actually not that bad in my opinion. But anyway, we are going to switch back to the 3-5-2 for the second game against City. This isn't the Premier League. It's far more important in my opinion. And, you know, there's positives to take from that game midweek. So I'm feeling pretty confident going into this one. So let's go with it. This will be the team for the game. And yeah, I'm fine with the lineup I've picked. Do we want to bring Malonas back straight away or put Barkley on the bench? Yeah, I kind of want to get Malonas match fitness back. When's the next under-23s game? Oh god, there's a Wednesday game against Palace. I think we'll play Malonas 90 minutes in that game actually, and let him regain his fitness there. In fact, no, we'll give him 45 minutes today possibly, and we'll wait and see. I'm so not OCD. I don't know what the term is here. I don't know what the term is, but I always like try and get the ideal rest time and like set minutes for my players. I'm such a nerd. But anyway, 3-5-2 for the game. Our normal instructions with this 3-5-2 as well, and this will be the side. Raj is in goal. It's a back three of Dimov, Sonogo, and the Moose. In midfield, Hack is on the left, Barley's on the right, and the midfield trio is Kirkpatrick, Farouk, Balut, and Saidi as well. Balut, by the way, obviously we've been training him to play right back. He's now natural in that position as well. He took so long to become a natural in that role, and now he's playing in midfield, his more natural role to begin with. It's such a waste. What was I doing playing him right back for so long? But anyway, it's good to have him the option there. And there you go. But yes, Kirkpatrick, Balut, and Saidi in midfield, along with Hack and Derbali. And up top together, Brian Donnelly and Rogerio as well. On the bench, Vakari, Keane, Torre, Malonas, Olivier, Lecco, and Berahino as well. So second game, City, and let's see if my decision to rest the boys in midweek was a good one or a poor one. Just noticing they've got pretty much the exact lineup they had as they did a few days ago in midweek. So we're the fresher side tonight, and that's why I do fancy our chances. So come on, Hull. Oh my goodness, Pulisic is to post, and the Moose gets it away. Raj once again coming for the ball and getting nowhere near it. He started the season off so well and reliable, the skipper, but he was at fault for one of the City goals in the first leg of the Champions League. He comes for crosses and he gets nowhere near them. It's so frustrating, but fortunately an escape, and it is still goalless. Thank goodness for that. Come on, Hull, we can't afford to lose this game. A draw wouldn't be a bad result, but we need a win, I feel. Sterling crosses, and Sonogo hits the bar as well as City scramble it clear. Both sides hitting the woodwork early, 16 minutes in. Good start to this match. Who's going to draw first blood? So Kirkpatrick already on a knock and has picked up a yellow card now as well. We've looked a better team to start off with, but as we come towards the final 10 minutes of the half, still 0-0. I want a goal to settle some nerves. Come on, Ruggiero on the ball, through to Donnelly. Brian Donnelly, there we go. 1-0 to the Tigers, and it's good old Brian Donnelly with his 30th of the year. 1-0 Hull, and we really needed that. I was going to feel like a right mug if we didn't score in this game and didn't get the result we needed. Donnelly just about held his run there perfectly. Beats the offside trap. That's a trait I'm making him learn for us. And that's exactly why. Got a good burst of pace as he makes it 1-0. And we do go in front, but directly after the goal, City trying to respond. Gonzalez on the ball, finding Bernat on a booking, and the left back through towards Harry Kane. And there is the equalising goal. The ex-Spurs boy with a finish at the near post. 15th for the year, 1-1. And our lead did not last very long at all. And Raj is really disappointing me of late as well, which is such a shame. Bernat on the ball with a lovely through ball towards Kane. And he should never be beaten from that angle at his near post. That's awful from the skipper, really. And it is 1-1. And Vicari finally gets a clean sheet, just realising in that last game as well. And Raj not doing too well there, but a chance for an instant reply from us, but instead we're giving the ball away. Now Bernat finds Kane. Come on, let's not capitulate. Let's not capitulate. Come on, Kane on the ball, still on the ball, plays it back towards the number 5, whose name I'll never be able to pronounce in a million years. Through towards Julian Brandt, Swansea legend, down the right, and oh, it's off the bar. Oh my goodness, Brandt almost catching Raj out. Still 1-1. 3 times the woodwork's been struck in this first half, but it is still level as we go into the break. So City have changed up their system and are going quite narrow now, so we're going to try and exploit the flanks if we can and get out wide if possible and see if we can get some chances down those wide areas. I kind of want to change our system up a little bit as well to really make use of that, but instead we'll leave things as they are because we're playing okay, and hopefully we'll be able to get the better of City with 25 minutes to go. 15 minutes to go. I still feel like it's going to be one more chance for one of these sides to win the game, and maybe right now for a corner from City. They scored 2 here against us last week, but Malona scrambles it clear. Kane goes after it and should be first loose ball. Come on, Hull, let's not lose this game. Go on, Brian. There we go. Brian back in the team, wins it back and finds his Brian Bro. Donnelly down the left-hand side, has Ruggiero in the middle, tries to find him, cross-deflected. Hack gets it back though. Come on, Hull, let's find a winning goal. Saidi on the ball, spreads the play to Derby. That's what we want to see. Takes it round 1 and shoots it straight into the side netting. Chance wasted. Come on, Hull. So maybe one final chance. 50 seconds to go in stoppage time. Saidi to Malonaz, back towards Baloo. I think City down to 10 men now because he had someone injured. Can we find a chance? Huck to Donnelly, who shoots, oh, over the bar from Brian. That could have won us the game, but unfortunately couldn't keep the shot down, and that would do it then. So final score, Hull 1, Manchester City 1. It's not the win I was hoping for that would have took us into second place, but it's a credible point, I suppose. It's back-to-back games against City where we failed to lose, and I'll take it. I'll take it. It keeps the gap between us and City at 10 points. That's really important. Sousa is a really critical man, isn't he? I'm going to calmly say to the boys we were unlucky, because I didn't think we played that badly. It's only motivated one player, though, and that's Malona's off the bench. But I didn't think we played badly at all. We hit the post, we did all right, and we had more shots than on target as well, and more of the ball. Just couldn't find a goal that would have won us the game later on. So 1-1 the final score. It's not a terrible result, and the Barley's out for 2 to 3 days, which means he'll miss the next game. And will he? No. Yes. Maybe. Brilliant. Well done. And yeah, I think we should leave it there. Or should we play the Palace game? Should we play the Palace game? So I'm just realising there's only... What have we got? We've got Palace and then Chelsea. I think, well, actually, no, what we'll do, we'll come back for the Palace game. No, should we do... Oh, I'm trying to think how I want to plan this. Do you know what? Let's play the final 4 games all on camera. So do the Palace game, do a triple header today, since the games haven't been too action-packed. And then we'll do Chelsea and Borough in the next episode, and then Arsenal and West Brom in the final one. So yeah, let's do Palace, and let's play a triple header today. Let's do it. Once again, did not plan this whatsoever. Just completely winging it as the episode goes on. A professional YouTuber would have figured out before they started recording what they were going to do. Not me, just playing it by ear and hoping for the best. Alright, so third and final game, then we're away at Selhurst Park against struggling Crystal Palace. We could have a say in the relegation battle tonight, but right now I think there's a big gap between 17th and 18th. Yeah, 6 points with 4 games to go, so probably not much of a say, but Park Young-Yu is on loan at Reading and doing quite well, so I'd like to see Park Young-Yu lift Reading out of the bottom 3. Well, he's injured until the rest of the season. Oh no, that's a shame, because Park Young-Yu, in 2 of the 3 loans he's had in first-tier clubs in Europe, he's going to get relegated. He got relegated with Frankfurt in his first loan, and actually Espanyol did well last season with him in Spain, but Reading as well, they're going to get relegated as well, so wherever Park Young-Yu goes out on loan, the teams don't do quite well, apart from the Espanyol loan. But anyway, yeah, the third and final game, it's Palace away, and I hope you'll get the win. Now, we're changing to a 5-3-2 for this game, and going to the system which I normally play away from home, as opposed to the 3-5-2, because I'm normally quite worried on the road, and this will be the team for the game. And with Chelsea to come in a few days in the FA Cup semi-final as well, I want to rest a lot of my players for that game, as that is really, really crucial, that one, as I'm so desperate to get to our first ever FA Cup final. So, this will be the team for the game then. Raj starts in goal. It's a back 5 of Haq, Rodriguez, the Moose, Keane and Becerra. And in midfield it's Kante, Malona's making his first start since injury, and Ross Barkley as well. Up top together, last season's dynamic duo, Brian Donnelly and Saido Berahino as a deep lying forward, who hopefully will help us connect a few midfield and attacks as well. Hope he'll help connect the midfield and the attack for a few more attacks as well. That's better. And on the bench, Vicari, Dimov, Torre, Balut, Miguel Lecco and Ruggiero too. So interesting lineup. Nights off for quite a few players. Derbali recovering from a slight knock in the last game as well, hence why he won't play tonight, but hopefully he'll get the win, and the first one of today's episode. Come on, Hull, let's end on a positive. I think if we win tonight, we guarantee a place in the top 4 as well. Donnelly picks up an early knock, which isn't great. But yeah, so if we do get the 3 points tonight, I'm pretty sure that does do it. I'm pretty sure we guarantee a top 4 place if we do get the result tonight. So come on, Hull, let's get the job done. The Moose on the ball, through towards Kante, and now Ross Barkley in the centre circle, looking for a man, finds Saido Berahino, the deep lying forward, back towards Ross Barkley, as we try and find an opening. Kante to Malonas, back towards Barkley, Barkley to Kante, Kante to Barkley, Barkley on the ball, Barkley still back towards Kante, looking for an opening, but then no, Irvine almost got it, but didn't. Donnelly back towards Kante, still on the ball. Loving this patient build-up here. We discussed this a couple episodes ago. Donnelly on the ball, looking for space to shoot. Can he do so? No, finds Saido instead. Oh, yes, there we go. Back in the team, and that's exactly why. Only 12 goals this season, but that one very important. Palace 0, Hull 1. Saido with a finish. I am contemplating trying to sell him in the summer transfer window if we can get a fee for him, because he's not really done too well this season, Saido, but he is still a very decent striker to have as an option, 3rd or 4th choice, and that's a really good finish as well as Donnelly gives him the ball. Those two were sensational last season. This year not quite as much, but at least they combined for the first goal, and we do have the early advantage. And another highlight here, 3 minutes to go before the break, as Kante heads it to Barkley, and now Malona's on the ball through towards Kante as our midfield trio link up. I love playing with 3 CMs when they keep holding the ball their way to do right now, as the Moose finds Malonas and through towards Kante. Kante to Malonas. It's just so nice to watch. It's so nice to watch. And Irvine takes down Brian Malonas, and that might be a straight red card there. Is it going to be? No, it's a book-in. Sometimes when you just see a foul as a highlight, it's a red card. It's okay. We'll try and get a chance on a free kick right now. Malone's on the ball, takes it round Irvine, and gives it straight back to Ross Barkley, through to Malonas, through to Donnelly. Brian on the ball, gets past one, shoots and scores. Wonderful goal from Donnelly. 2-0 Hull, 2 minutes to go. And as things stand, we're on course for a top 4 finish. Nice passing in there, keep holding the ball. Brian Donnelly takes it round one from just outside the area, levers it towards the top corner, and puts it into the back of the net. Palace 0, Hull 2. Going to take him off with a break. He did get a knock earlier on in the game, but he seems to have ran it off. But as a precautionary method, we won't let him get any more goals. We'll take him off at the break for who? Well, this is quite an interesting change to break. Chelsea in a few days' time. I want to make sure everyone's rested for the game, so I'm not going to bring on Ruggiero, which is the natural option, but give Jonathan Lecco a rare appearance this season. Hasn't really played too much this year due to the arrivals of Derbali and Becerra as well down the right-hand side. So Lecco is going to play up front alongside Saido Berahino. Interesting strike duo. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Let's find out. So first highlight of the second half comes to us as well. Becerra's corner is headed away by Christian Benteke. And is that Johnny Williams first to the loose ball for Crystal Palace? No, George Williams, who gives it straight to Malonas. And we shall pass out from inside our own half. Kante on the ball, loses out to George Williams though. And Palace got it straight back, but then again, surrender possession straight back to us. We'll put our foot on the ball and then inexplicably launch it long. Stop doing that, as Williams plays it long himself out wide. And a good chance for Palace to get back in this game. Benteke, oh, what a save by Raj. His ears were burning after the last game. I said he's not played too well of late. He's trying to make up for it, and he did there. What a sensational save. And so another highlight for us here, and a goal as well. Just about to make changes, just quickly took it off, and we just about catched the goal as well. George Rodriguez, is that his first goal for the club? No, I don't think it is, but it's his first goal of the season. Bakera with the free kick, floats one into the near post. Goalkeeper gets stranded in no man's land, and Rodriguez is headed deflects off the man at the near post and goes into the back of net. He'll claim it though. It's 3-0 Hull, and that will do it. So we are going to get the job done. Who can play? It doesn't really matter now. There's only 5 minutes to go. But let's take off the Moose after his clean sheet. Let's bring on Torre to play centre-back as well, because he can play there, and Miguel at wing-back as well. My players are all over the place right now, but it's okay, because we're getting the job done. And again, I think that guarantees a place in the top 4 for next season as well. So delighted with that. We get the job done at the third time of asking today. Glad I did a triple header. 3-0 to Hull City. Yes? Yes, and there is the full-time whistle. So good to get the win. In terms of the stats, it was quite a balanced game, it appears, but we were more clinical, and that's why we get the job done. And yeah, I just saw it there. Well done, lads. Your performance has secured our qualification for the European Champions Cup, otherwise known as the Champions League, and I'm really pleased with that. So it's our 4th straight year then heading in to the Champions League, and 4 straight years in the top 4 as well. I mean, obviously. And that's fantastic news as well. We still want to guarantee a top 3 finish as well. Oh, what's the initial budgets? It won't be much. It won't be much because of how much money we spent in the summer and January as well. But it's going to be £53 million. Wow. Okay. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad to have the money, but I just want to show you this screen real quick. I don't think I deserve it. Okay, alright then, we got £53 million in our transfer budget, but our overall balance is £38.9 million. Look, I'm loving the trust the board has in me in the transfer windows, but from someone that's a little bit, you know, cautious sometimes, I don't think I should be getting that much money because, well, the past 2 windows have not been cautious at all, hence why our finances are plummeting big time. Wow, I'm surprised about that. I mean, do we want to go out or go all out and ruin Hull in the summer transfer window and just spend all of our money with the hope of winning the title? Or do we want to kind of, rebuild our very fragile financial stability at the moment? Choices. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series then, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. We shall return in the next episode with our very next 2 games. We've got Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final, Wembley, our second FA Cup semi-final of the series, and then Middlesbrough away at the Riverside Stadium, where a win will guarantee a top 3 finish for the first time in the series as well. So a big episode the next one, and that will be coming out later on tonight. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a fantastic Sunday. Much love to you all, and I will see you for the next episode in our Football Manager series very soon. Bye.